Spidey and Reptil were at the zoo having a show about different kinds of dinosaurs. Reptil transformed into his half-human, half-dinosaur form. When Reptil was about to turn to a real, actual dinosaur, a giant robot dinosaur showed up from behind and caused panic for everyone. Spidey and Reptil found out that it is not a real dinosaur, but Gobby's giant robot dinosaur, T-Rex 3000. Spidey said,
"We have to stop him!"
T-Rex 3000 has a special button. If you press it, it will follow and automatically target anyone on its radar. Gobby aimed the radar to Reptil, then to Spidey. Then Gobby changed his mind and decided to just control it on his own. Gobby's robot dinosaurs started smashing the ground, but Spidey and Reptil were able to dodge it. Spidey sensed that the robot dinosaur's tail is about to hit him, so he jumped and used his web shooter to safety. The robot dinosaur's tail hit a tree and the poor squirrel fell down on it coming from the top of the tree. The robot dinosaur flipped its tail and sent the squirrel flying up on the air. While the squirrel was on its way down, it got swallowed by the robot dinosaur accidentally and fell on the cables behind Gobby. The robot dinosaur smashed its tail at the zebra's cage. The zebras got scared and ran away out of the cage to the park for safety. Reptil transformed into a pterodactyl then flew to the park to rescue the zebras. Spidey followed Reptil by swinging from his web shooter. At the park, Reptil transformed into a velociraptor so that he can be as fast as the zebras and chase them. Spidey built a pen using his web shooter around the trees to trap the zebras. Reptil continued to chase the zebras to trap them on the pen that Spidey has created. Once the zebras arrived at the pen, Spidey shot a web to close out the pen and trap the zebras inside. Gobby and his robot dinosaur has now caused chaos at the city by breaking things with its tail. The squirrel fell from the cables and landed on Gobby's head. Gobby got surprised and panicked and fell out of the robot dinosaur. Gobby said,
"Get away from me!"
The squirrel started messing around with the controls of the robot and pressed random buttons. The squirrel sat on the special button that follows anyone on its target radar. The giant dinosaur robot saw Gobby on its radar and started following and attacking Gobby. Spidey and Reptil arrived and saw what was happening. Even though Gobby is a bad guy, Spidey and Reptil went on to save him. Reptil swooped in front of the robot dinosaur to distract it, while Spidey used his web shooter to bring Gobby to a safe place. But the robot T-Rex saw Gobby on top of the rooftop and it started activating its super spring feet. The robot T-Rex jumped high and landed on the rooftop in front of Gobby, Spidey, and Reptil. The robot T-Rex used its tail to hit Gobby and Gobby was thrown up in the air. Reptil flew and caught Gobby and they landed on a rooftop of a different building. The robot T-Rex followed them by jumping from one building to another. While Spidey, Reptil, and Gobby were safely hiding on an alley, Gobby explained that a squirrel got inside of the robot and scared him, so he fell off from the robot. Then the robot T-Rex finally found where they were hiding and showed up in front of them. Gobby said that the squirrel might have pressed a special button to activate automatic tracking, which is why the robot is following Gobby. Gobby ran and the robot T-Rex started to chase Gobby again. The robot T-Rex hit the fire hydrant, which caused water to blast up in the air as the hydrant started to leak. The robot T-Rex got wet and short-circuited, which caused it to malfunction because water is not good for electronic devices. The robot T-Rex started to jump, flip, and went out of control while the squirrel was still trapped inside. Reptil said,
"We really need to get him out of there!"
The robot T-Rex continued to cause havoc and then the robot saw Gobby running and started following Gobby again. Spidey asked Reptil how are they gonna stop the robot. Reptil replied,
"Dino to Dino!"
Then Reptil transformed into a giant T-Rex. They saw that the squirrel was still trapped inside the robot. Reptil said that they need something to lure the squirrel out. Spidey saw a cart selling peanuts. Spidey asked the lady.
"How much for a peanut?"
The lady answered.
Just one? Here, take it!"
Spidey took one peanut, thanked the lady, and swung his way back to the fight scene. Reptil and the robot T-Rex were still battling it out. Then Spidey landed on the robot T-Rex's snout. He used his web shooter to stick the peanut and call the squirrel's attention. The squirrel climbed its way up out of the robot T-Rex's mouth and started following the peanut. The squirrel jumped to catch the peanut as Spidey lured it away to safety. The robot T-Rex tripped Reptil, which made Reptil fall on the deck. The robot T-Rex started following Gobby again as Gobby ran as fast as he could. Spidey used his web shooter to tie the robot T-Rex's legs. The robot T-Rex lost its balance and toppled in the water. The robot got wet and started malfunctioning, then eventually lost its power. The end.
Did you enjoy this video? Write it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys.